welcome you back to Your Destiny Maker Tips for Success. Have you heard this expression, do the right thing? I'm sure you have. It's a very common expression. But think about this expression, do the loving thing. Do the loving thing. You know, there are times when you may be called upon to do something that you don't really want to do. And it may not even be the right thing to do, but you do it anyway. Why? Because it's the loving thing to do. It's the loving thing to do. So when you're faced with a challenge and you feel that your actions may have been justified, but yet the loving thing or the more loving thing to do would be to just say, you know what? I'm going to do a loving thing right now. The right thing might be maybe something a little different. Now, I'm trying to think of an example that I can give you that doesn't give away a scenario because I've had a couple different examples recently. And one just came to my mind. I have a friend that has borrowed some money. And I'm not really a fan of loaning money to friends. And part of the reason is because it has in the past, or it can create some challenges. And friendships are far more important to me than anything else. But what I did was I released it. I released it not with the expectation that it's coming back, but just released it with the understanding that it may not come back. And if not, that's okay too, because the friendship is far more important than anything else. So what's the right thing to do when you're owed money, as an example? Well, the right thing would be to go and get it or to request it. But in this particular case, it's like the expression, you don't kick a man when they're down, right? I know that this particular friend is having some challenges, and they're not like a close friend or a best friend or something like that. They're more like a casual acquaintance, but they were experiencing some challenges and decided to reach out to me for some help. And I said yes. Now, I said yes because that is the loving thing to do. But I also said yes, knowing that I have to release it. You have to release the funds to the world and just let it go. If ever a friend asks you for money, you get to decide if you're going to do it or you're not. Now, I have a general rule that I'm not going to do it. Why? Because as I said earlier, the friendship is more important to me than the money. However, in this particular case, I could see that this individual really needed it, and they were at a challenging point in their life. And even though the right thing might have been to stick by my own personal rule to not do it, I decided to do it. It felt like a loving thing to do. So there may be times in your life where you feel you're justified and that the right thing to do is to do something else. But a loving thing to do would be something that's maybe a little different to the norm. It may be something extraordinary. Now, I'm not saying that I did anything extraordinary because I don't think that I did, but just think about this. And this is such an important question to ask yourself whenever you're faced with a challenge. What would love do now? When you approach anything or into everything, frankly, with love, you're going to find that you're going to feel better about the decisions that you make and the actions that you take. Whew, that rhymes. The decisions that you make and the actions that you take. All right. And so do the loving thing. Do the loving thing today, even though you may feel justified to do something different. You're going to feel better. You're going to be expressing better energy. And you know what else? Good's going to come back to you. That's my message for you today. Do the loving thing. And I'll see you again on another one of our Destiny Tip Success, Your Destiny Maker Tips for Success. Have a wonderful day.